Hello and welcome back to Ginger Welsh Allotments. I've popped over to the allotment to get a bit of work done today, and I was last over here on Saturday. It's Wednesday now, and on Saturday I did actually manage to clear my strawberry patch, which I've been wanting to do for ages. So that's all great, and today I've got to put the manure in the ground, but it's really windy here and I was hoping to put the manure in and just wait for the wind to die down a bit. So I was hoping to put the manure in and the strawberries in, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put the strawberries in now as it's really windy. But I'll show you the patch and I'll show you a couple of other things around the plot. So here is the strawberry patch all clear. My wheelbarrow ready to go and get some manure. So that's all looking good. And another job I do need to get done today is to take down or to harvest the rest of my corn on the cobs and blanch them and put them in the freezer, because I want my onions to go here and I need to clear the space, and I'm not sure if I'll need that space as well. So my pok choy's just flown on really. Yeah, I only planted it out 2 weeks ago. It's doing really well. My winter cabbage look like they've taken this time, which is great. I've got those two. That one's hearting up quite nicely. My butternut squash has actually pulled itself off the plant now, so I'm going to take that home and put it on my patio to ripen. And some of my pumpkins as well, because if you tap them they should make a hollow noise, which they do. So I'll cut some of them off and take them home today to ripen on my patio. But my runner beans have had a bit of a falling over with this weather. So they're currently resting on my tomatoes. So I'm going to need to stake them up somehow. I'm not sure how to do that yet. The other thing that I've done is I've taken the celery up from over there, and I think my shallots are going to go there, my overwintering shallots, because it's a bit of a case of getting everything in where I can get it in really. There's no sort of crop rotation, I'm afraid. It's just where there's a space. And then where my husband burnt all that, as you can see, the greenery is just coming back. Although the big weeds, the really big stuff, like the bit that's lower down, that doesn't look like it's coming back. So that's promising. So it just needs another burn. And I'm hoping to put the raised beds in here, this area here. So I don't want to go digging up this area to put in any more vegetables, because it's going to then mess up the system of putting in the raised beds. So what I've got left in my greenhouse to go in the ground is broccoli, overwintering onions and shallots, spring cabbage and Swiss chard. So I need to find 4 places, and I haven't got 4 places. But the spring cabbage and Swiss chard I only potted on yesterday, so that's not ready to go in yet. And if these beans carry on falling over, they might be going in where the beans are. But anyway, I better go and stake the beans now. So I'll get back to you later on. Hello, I have managed to get my manure in, and I've harvested the sweet corn and the pumpkins. So I'll show you my strawberry patch, and I've decided that I am going to put the strawberries in this afternoon. So the reason why I thought if I get the chance I'm going to put the strawberries in this afternoon is because although it's really windy, it's actually quite warm. The wind is warm, it's not a cold wind. So I think I shall get the strawberries in as soon as possible. But I'm thinking I am going to end up digging up this little patch here, which I was going to put white currants in, because I think I will have strawberry plants left over, and so I'm going to end up putting them here, I think. Now with the bad wind last night, my rhubarb patch has taken a bit of a bashing, which is a bit sad really, because they're very young plants, and I hope that they're going to recover. As you can see, I've taken two of, well, they were taken off by themselves, and I might take a couple more stems away from some of them that are looking pretty bad. And that's where my sweet corn was. I've taken up the plants and I'm going to chop them up when I come back after lunch. I've still got some beans there, so I'm going to harvest what's there and put them in the freezer as well with the sweet corn. Well, not in the same bag as the sweet corn obviously, but probably at the same time. I did stake it around here, but the stakes are looking pretty, well, not very sturdy. So the sooner I get stuff off there, the better, I think. My pumpkin patch. I harvested my pumpkins. There's my sweet corn, which I'm going to go home and process now. So I'm going to go home, stick them in some boiling water for a couple of minutes, then take the corn off the cob and freeze them. And there's my one lonely humongous butternut squash. This is the one over there. And now there's two more pumpkins over there, and the rest I think are belonging to the squash. So I'm going to leave those pumpkins over there and hope that they're all on the same plant, and rip up the other three plants and turn all this ground over, so I've got somewhere to put the other crop, which I won't do today, but at least I've now found somewhere to put them. Anyhow, I'm going to rush off home now to get that sweet corn processed as soon as possible, so hopefully I can keep some of the sweetness in the corn, and maybe it'll last until we have it for Christmas Day, hopefully. So hopefully I'll be back later on this afternoon, and I'll show you the progress I've made then. Hello, so it's after lunch and I'm back from doing my sweet corn, so that's all in the freezer, which is great. And now I'm going to get on with doing my strawberries. I did start doing the sweet corn plants, but cutting them up and putting them on the heap, but the wind kept blowing them all off because the heap is so big. So I've just left them as they are, and I'll sort them out another day. But let me show you the strawberries. So I've just laid two rows out. They are meant to be 45 centimetres apart with 1 metre in the middle. I've done this by eye and I'm pretty sure that's not the right measurements, but I want to try and get as much in as I can, so I've cheated a bit. So now I'm just going to take all the strawberries out of their pots and dig a hole and put some redfish and bone in and water them, and then that should hopefully give us lovely strawberries next year. I'll show you when I'm done. So here it is. The strawberry patch is complete. I've just given it a water, and some of the strawberries are standing up quite proud now, so they were in need of a water, I think. And when they've settled in a bit, I'll cut off all the greenery then, so that they can concentrate on spreading out their roots. But all I can say about that is, lovely job. Good morning. Apologies if that last clip was a bit abrupt because I had to rush off and get my children. So I've now come back over to the plot. It's Friday morning and I'm going to do a harvest and hopefully start harvesting those borlotti beans before they fall over. I thought I'd better take a bit more footage of the strawberries in case the last clip I showed you was really abrupt, as I felt that I had to rush off. And what I was going to say was, I've walked down here to put the strawberries in, and I walked down here to put the strawberries in, but I haven't touched this middle bit here, and I'm wondering whether I should put a row of my overwintering onions in as there's a little bit of space, but I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see how much room I've got. And as you can see, here is the sweet corn from the other day that I harvested, and I did start chopping up the plants, but I ran out of time and had to get the strawberries in. So this is the soon-to-be onion bed. I'm just not sure how much space I will have. And once I've harvested these green beans, I think I'm going to take those plants out. I think I've decided I'm going to take those plants out. But now that the sweet corn's not here, you can have a good old look at, actually get in and have a look at the courgette plants, which the first two, which produce the green Black Beauty variety, definitely don't look like they've got any on them anymore. Can't see any lurking anywhere on there. And what is lurking looks like it's rotting. So those plants will be coming out soon. But there's still a couple of petty pans right down the bottom. I don't know if you can see from this video how wonky that bean pole is. On my celery, I'm going to show you the celery in a bit because I have started harvesting them. I took all the celery out of the other patch and I'll dig some up and show you them in a bit. Now, my cauliflowers, they've taken really well actually. They have grown a lot since I popped them in. And what's interesting is these ones I thought might not grow as much because they had the shelter from the beans, but they look to me like they're doing better than these ones over here, which are in full light. Have to get rid of that sunflower at some point. So yeah, these don't seem to be doing so well. So yeah, oh, there's some petty pans, look, in case you'd missed them, and some tomatoes. So I'll get the petty pans and the tomatoes, and I'll show you the celery when I unearth that. Oh, it's quite cold over here though. Oh, my hands are freezing. Anyway, better get harvested. Now, as I was picking my tomatoes, I noticed this bit of black here, which I'm not entirely sure if that is blight, because there's another brown here, but I'm sure that's just brown with frost damage. But that looks like a bit darker, and there's also a bit on the stem, so I think that might be the last pickings of my tomatoes, as I need to get them out anyway. I don't think they would have ripened much more, so yeah, that's a bit sad, but we have had a good crop off them, so can't complain. So I'm just going to dig up a couple of my pak choy leaves, just take a couple off each plant to have in a stir fry tonight. So here is the spindliest celery you will probably ever see. Didn't grow very thick, and the roots are just as big as the actual plant, but it's very tasty. And what I do is I spend absolutely ages taking off all the foliage and chopping it into sort of 3 to 4 centimetre lengths, and then I freeze it on a tray first, and then I put it into a plastic bag so they don't all freeze together, and that way I can have celery in soups. They're not much good after they come out of the freezer just to eat as celery, but I've been having them with courgette in a soup and it's absolutely delicious. So that is the celery, and I just come and I harvest about 4 or 5. I dig it out with a fork, harvest about 4 or 5 at a time and process them, and then when I'm making soup I just dive into the freezer and get the soup. The courgettes, funnily enough, I have on hand. So I think I'm going to have to head off home now as I'm running out of time. The green beans I will have to pick another time, as I will the bolotis over there, but I do want to get them down as soon as possible so that I can get rid of the leaning tower of beans over there. So that's my harvest then of petit pans, tomatoes and a bit of pak choy, and a bit of the spindly celery. And that's an ongoing thing really. I just take them every time I'm over here. I take about 5 sticks to put in the freezer. 5 sticks, 5 plants, but it's equivalent to 5 sticks. So a bit disappointed about the tomatoes. I was hoping to keep them going for a bit longer, but there we are. I've had a good old innings out of them. I'm not sure if it is blight, but I'm going to just burn them all now, or rip them up and put them in my bin. Don't put the blighted ones on the compost at all. If you have any suspicion of blight, don't put them on the compost. Just get rid of it as soon as possible. So that's it, I think, for this week, or for today anyway. I'm not sure though. I might be back over here tomorrow and I might show you a few more bits and bobs, as I definitely need to come over and get those beans now. So I hope you're having a good morning, and I'll catch you again soon. Lovely job.